So I figured we could have us a little talk about the Barbie movie. Now, y'all might not like me after this, but it is what it is. So let's talk about it. I ain't gonna work. Sorry, I'm trying to post it up without it like tapping the screen. I think we good. But yeah, man. So just for an FYI, I ain't seen the Barbie movie, so let's just get that out of the way. But from what I was told about how the movie went and the ending and everything like that, like it had bitches crying at the end of the movie. So we gonna get into this, because I know a lot of y'all seen it. The movie is leading women astray, because we always known Barbie to always want her Ken. Like in every movie, like Barbie and Ken, like was like pair and pair. Like even like I forget what movie there was. Oh, the Toy Story movie. There was like a Toy Story 3 or some shit like that, where like there was like a Barbie and a Ken. But yeah, like Barbie. Of course, we always knew her to have her own thing going on, but like Ken was like a figment of our imagination. Like we didn't even think about Ken like that, and I feel like it was made like that for a reason. Like where you didn't see much of Ken. Like even like when Barbie had they had like a little cartoon show for Barbie. And it's like Ken wasn't on there all the time. I know this because I had little stepsisters and shit, so yeah, you end up watching a lot of shit that you wouldn't normally watch. But yeah, I just find it funny they talk about the ending, and I knew she was getting weird by like the way the Buzz Lightyear movie happened, because there was some gay shit in there, and then it was just questionable as fuck. I'm like, why like our childhoods were like fairly innocent, but like in Toy Story they had the little toy with the legs and it had a hook on it, because clearly it was a hooker. It was a woman of the night. But like there's like little shit like that where it's like it's grown people would understand it, but like it's for kids. So like I get it where like the whole thing comes in on how to like reel in adults with the whole in particular female adults with the whole nostalgia feel of like the Barbie movie, but it's a live action. So like, and it's like actors and actresses that people want to see. So it just makes it like they're purposefully doing this shit. Like I don't know how y'all don't see this. Like I had a talk with somebody earlier today, or I think yesterday, where we had a conversation about like just like certain shit, and I'm just like, y'all don't understand. These niggas are literally feeding y'all everything that you say that you like. Your style of clothes, they're feeding you. They used to be like the given. Now they're feeding you like, y'all don't even realize, but they've been feeding us like different alcohol. Like different alcohol are made popular by certain rappers in order to promote it, in order to get it to us for whatever fucking reason. Like there was a hypnotic phase. There's a time where everybody was drinking Henny. There's a time where everybody was drinking Ciroc. There's a time where everybody was drinking Fireball when I was in high school. There's a time where, like after that, everybody was drinking 1942. After that, everybody was drinking Clase Azul. Before that, everybody was drinking Hennessy VSOP, if you had it like that. After all those, everybody started drinking Douce. After that, everybody started drinking Casamigos. That's the thing. That's the big one now. Like, what's next? Y'all really not getting this shit. They feeding y'all shit. They give, like, this is why it was such a big deal for black people to have a positive family role models aspect or whatever on TV. Because you had white families, you had Little House on the Prairie, you had other shit that were like relatively positive, like, role models for white people. We had to grasp ours, even though they would still have a little hint of like ratchet or just doing too much in there. So like we had to keep our Sanford and Sons. We had to keep the good times, the fucking the Bernie Mac show, and the fucking My Wife and Kids. Like, these are positive. The Cosby Show. My bad. I don't know how I almost forgot that. But like, yeah, we rarely would get like positive role models. Y'all niggas had the Brady Bunch. That shit was bigger than any fucking black show that I just named right now. Like, positive shit. Like, yeah, the family acted like how white families act, and the kids got away with certain shit black kids would never get away with. But that was y'all positive male role model, positive female role model. Like, come on now. And I just find it real funny how like every time it has to do with black people or like, oh, big movie, there always has to be somebody gay in there. Like, I don't get this shit. Like, it took so fucking long for black people to get any type of level of respect, let alone the fucking right to vote. And now we have to fucking change our vernacular and way of speaking to call people different pronouns and shit, and to address people certain ways. It's like, and y'all have like positive representation, because it's not like it's just the negative stereotype of gay men, because it's typically gay men. They have like a lot of shit where like it's lesbian women in there too, or like it's mainly like the lesbian, but like it's mainly the gay men that just really be irritating me, because it's like, I just recently watched The Blackening, and they just had to have a gay motherfucker in there, but somehow this nigga was one. I'm not gonna like give that away for you. No, fuck it. I already have in the title a spoiler alert, so there's another spoiler alert. So change it right now if you don't want to hear this. But in The Blackening, the gay nigga is one of the last to survive. So it's like, bruh, like, niggas was always getting killed first in the movies, and it's like, we had to earn some type of level of respect for that shit. Gay motherfucker make it to the fucking end of the movie and everybody get killed. But we know gay niggas don't necessarily operate how the rest of the black population do. I had to clean. I don't know what the fuck was going on. But yeah, it's just a different scenario, and it should be blowing my fucking mind sometimes. Because it's like, the LGBTQ is loud. So it's like, I feel like if they were to kill like the person of the LGBTQ, like the very beginning of the movie, or the first one to die, like, it would be an uproar, like, low key. But we in a day and age where just for their comfort, you killed the most likely to fucking survive physically and mentally. You kill them all first. Don't make no fucking sense. At all. At all. Like, are y'all just trying to find different ways to twist movies because y'all keep coming out with like the same storyline damn near, just a different aspect or a thought process about how it goes, but it's pretty much the same premise of the movie? Is that why? I'm confused. Y'all let me know in the comments for real, because I'll be confused, man. But yeah, it's like, it's crazy because it's low-key true what niggas be saying now. It's not necessarily just like black people are the targets. Like, you know how many motherfuckers they got with Barbie? White, Asian, like whoever like watched that movie who is of the American culture. Y'all watch that shit because y'all know y'all didn't have representation when it came to Barbie dolls way back when. Niggas had to fight to get a fucking black Barbie doll, and they wasn't even sold right next to each other. Fucking crazy. I know this for a fact because my mom hunted it down to get one for my sister. So yeah. Like, come on, bro. Y'all ladies just gonna fall for it too, because it gets you by the emotions. I don't know how many times I have to say this on this channel, but it's in my book too, that I will be getting published soon. So they get y'all at a younger age because women are more attached to their emotions. So they get you emotionally with the fucking, that's why in my book I'll compare it to Disney, because y'all fall for the Prince Charming that needs help and like, or the bad boy that fucking, not the Prince Charming that needs help, my bad. You fall for like, of course, like the man that has all the money, the riches, or has everything together, or you fall for the guy that's poor, handsome, and like needs, or is a bad boy and may or may not be poor, and you try to change this motherfucker or like build this motherfucker up. Like, y'all know that's a Disney fantasy, right? Like, y'all parents don't be teaching y'all to get you a nigga and then build him from the ground up. Like, nah, if anything, y'all build together when y'all both at square one. That's why you meet a nigga in high school and people end up staying together in high school and then build up together. But clearly this is not happening because we seeing younger bitches in the club nowadays. These women don't want no real relationship, bro. And the Barbie movie solidified that. Cause like I said, for you ladies that watch it, that watch my channel, y'all know what the fuck I'm talking about. It might fuck y'all up for a little bit, but it's the facts. Damn. But yeah, that the craziest part of this whole shit is that they realized they couldn't get us with so now they're making mRNA shit for food. Y'all didn't really know what that meant. So now they're gonna come out and tell you straight up that they're putting vaccines. I wasn't supposed to say that, but they're putting that stuff in the food. And they're genetically modifying the food because you've already been eating GMO food. I've had to explain to people you've already been smoking GMO weed. So they're making the plants will be GMO to pretty much give you this without actually poking you. So it's another way to force people to get it without actually, knowing they're really getting it. So this is me blowing the whistle on that too. Like, y'all may not fully understand what that means now, the mRNA shit, when they were talking about plants and planting them. That's exactly what that means. That's why I haven't really been making videos lately. I've really been trying to research exactly what the fuck is going on. Because I told people, y'all can go way back on my channel and see what the fuck I've been warning y'all about since before the pandemic. But like I said, I was warning y'all about the shit. I told y'all there was something coming. I knew about Agenda 2021. I think it was 21. I told y'all about the real ID shit. And y'all just don't fully get it. And there's a way they're gonna make you obey because they didn't expect this many people to deny getting poked. Especially with all the other shit that naturally people get, like the flu one. Like that's like a natural thing. Like people get like damn near every year. Just like I had to lean myself off of my allergy medication because I was starting to get too immune to certain ones and I would just be fucked up for a month or two in the beginning of the season. Yeah, y'all better stop trying to listen to these American ways. Y'all seen that girl in Dubai, right? The black girl who was yelling in public, got her ass locked up. Bro, you can't. America is built to give you everything you want because you ain't gonna know how to act anywhere else. And you're gonna feel like, oh, I can't be myself wherever I'm at, so I'm gonna just stay in America. And that's how they fucking keep you here. Y'all don't get this shit yet. But I'ma learn you. And I found out, not like recently, but like years ago, like I found out the most intelligent people, the most wisest people smoked. Whether it was weed or cigarettes, they smoked. Because clearly, we stressing about something. Because we know some shit that y'all are just too oblivious to. Y'all, they just got y'all walking blindly like, oh, go to work, go work out, go. Some of y'all don't even do that, but go to work, go home, take care of bills, do it again. Keep doing that and maybe save up some money to get to a bigger and better place. Maybe fucking push my way up the ranks to get promoted. Which, for women, it's not very likely. Y'all statistically less likely to demand a fucking raise or a promotion when it comes to shit like that. These are just facts. These are just facts. Trust me, I've seen it happen in real life. I know. Mainly the women that were getting promoted was because they were attractive. It wasn't because they were doing work better than anybody else. It wasn't because they were coming to work on time more than anybody else. They were just more attractive. I'm just keeping it a stack. For me, I be working hard, and I'm attractive, so it's like, you not gonna move me up? Yeah, I thought so. Like, for real. Like, you don't want rich white people seeing this face all the time. What, you gonna take Ray Ray? You gonna take Tyrone? Yeah, I think so. You know they bound to say some shit. It's gonna make someone uncomfortable. Or bound to fuck up somehow. Come to work too high or some shit. Cause I'll come to work high, I just wouldn't come to work high to the point to where like my eyes is low. Like my eyes about to be while I'm finishing this blood talking to y'all. But yeah, like I was saying, the whole Barbie movie shit, bro. Like the simple fact that what she realizes at the end is that she would be happier or better off becoming a real woman person, but a woman, and living her own life, like having her own spot and like working and doing her own shit. Like that was pretty much, for what I was told, the premise of like the end of the movie. And like apparently bitches was crying at the end of the movie. So like the female that told me this was crying, so I highly doubt she was the only female that was crying or that cried at the end of the movie. Like this fucking movie, I pretty much made like as much, if not more, than Black Panther. And niggas was lined up in dashikis to watch Black Panther. Everybody, and their mama was taking pictures in front of the poster at every movie theater. Sorry, y'all. I gotta put hella spit because like this shit start drying up and then it start coming up and be lifting and the hella air go through and then I can't get this smooth hit y'all about to see. See, yeah, way better. But yeah. And like how I said, how they couldn't get us with that, so they went to the food. That's pretty much how it is with what they try to do with welfare at EBT. Well, not necessarily EBT, but like what they did with welfare and like Section 8 and shit like that. To where like your man can't be in the house, like if you're getting these benefits and shit like that. That's why it was hard for me to find a place. That's why it's hard for a man to be struggling out here. Like you can't, as a man, you can't fucking struggle out here. Which is another fucking lesson, because it's like you're not gonna have someone who's worthy or willing to fucking live the modern experience, because I mean not the modern experience, like old school, like traditional shit. Like they're not willing to do that shit because they don't want to live traditionally. So they think they want a traditional man. They want the traditional perks. They just don't want the traditional lifestyle. Ooh. Y'all quote me on that. They want the perks. They just don't want the traditional lifestyle. Yeah. They want the traditional perks, but don't want the traditional lifestyle. They want that Kyle and Kevin too. Cause it's not your cake and eat it too. I found out the actual phrase is, cause clearly it was some feminist shit about a man. But the original phrase is, have your Kate, like Katie, like a female, have your Kate and Edith too. So if you didn't know, now you know. That's the original phrase. So y'all bitches want y'all Kyle and Kevin too. Like, no boo-boo. That's not how it works. Y'all need to wake up, because no man wants an independent, modern woman at all. Some men have to, because it's like not every man is out here making six figures. We're talking about the 5% of men which are already the lesser half. There's hella more women. Why do you think all these? I just got done explaining that shit the other day to somebody too. Like, why do you think music is the way it is? Like Moneybagg Yo and like even low key NBA YoungBoy, but like NBA YoungBoy got kids in the chokehold. But it's like you gotta have women and the LGBTQ community on your side, because we were talking about it was like a movie that came out on Netflix called All the Bright Places, I think. But like one of the main characters, he's a guy from a show that I watched called The Get Down. So he was like the main character in that too. But I guess like he played Nas, and it was like a fucking, pretty much the show was like an explanation of how music shifted, because hip hop originated in New York, and that's where Nas is from. So pretty much the whole show is just like an explanation of pretty much how hip hop changed, and like the shift of music went from hip hop to like a disco sound, because the women and the LGBTQ community were eating it up. So like, and then it also explains how it went from like pretty much you can get it, like all black people were eating off like music like that, and which explains why Little Richard and Prince was the way they were, because they knew that that's how they was gonna get hella bread. Because there's a video footage, y'all gotta look it up, but there's video footage of Little Richard even saying like they wouldn't like pretty much promote him or put him on the white radios or none of that shit until he started acting feminine. And maybe he said something about them making him act feminine, but I don't. Y'all gotta go watch that shit. I can't remember completely off the top of my head, but that shit blew my fucking mind. I was like, whoa. Like this shit get deep, bro. It get for real. And y'all keep letting this shit go over your head. Stop taking these movies seriously. These movies not real. They made them look more realistic and made them more relatable to our life, because our life is more accessible because of social media. So they know how we all live. They know our terminology, because really it's all black folk shit. Why you think everybody talk the same and like everybody, it sounds like everybody trying to sound black? It's because all the fucking terminology keeps getting spread all over social media. So now you got everybody in the world talking like niggas from New York and niggas from Chicago and niggas from like Memphis, and you got people just like, it's a lot, bro. It's a lot. It is a lot, bro. It's a lot to unpack. That's why I got a little short for y'all to watch. It's like a snippet. I did it right before I recorded this. And I'm recording this long version for people who need the full breakdown, because people who need it want it, because it's like some people like to hear me talk because they like my voice, but y'all niggas be eating up them shorts like a motherfucker. So I was like, fuck it, I'll do both. But yeah, I feel like the craziest part of all this shit is, like I said, they couldn't get us with like removing the man from the house by like doing the war on drugs, or doing fucking, because that's really how we had to get bread, because people not wanting to admit this, but they made so many fucking ways to cut niggas off from making real bread in certain states and certain areas. That's why in other states they were able to secretly build and do their own shit, and they have Black Wall Street or whatever. And that shit got fucking bombed by, I'm not even gonna get into that, but y'all can look it up. It was a government entity that bombed a black community that I'm pretty sure worked with the police enforcement. But once again, y'all can look that up. I don't really want to get into that, because then it's gonna change my mood. I don't want my mood to change. I'm trying to control it, but even Bruce Lee said Like, the hardest thing for him to do was control his temper. Like, he was mastered all the shit that he mastered in life, but the hardest thing for this nigga to do is control his temper. So, like, nigga, we all ain't perfect. And I know I've had anger issues, but, like, at least I don't got rage issues. Like, I'll snap on a nigga, but I don't rage. Like, some of y'all niggas, some of y'all niggas be ready to pop a blood vessel. That shit be funny as hell to me. I'll be calm right before I snap. Y'all, some of y'all niggas be having veins popping out your foreheads and shit. And like, y'all niggas be, that shit be cracking me up, bro. I ain't gonna lie. That shit make me not want to fight because then I'll be laughing. But, yeah, they getting us with these movies, bro. It's crazy because they exposing truth in some movies, and then they got real big movies where they like anticipate hella and like have hella promoting for. That's the ones that they really trying to control you with. Cause trust me, y'all don't believe me? Look up the movie budgets for these movies. You don't know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. You don't believe me? You don't believe me? Look up the movie budgets for each of these movies. Some of these budgets is low as fuck and end up in the top of the box office. They don't expect these movies to do shit. I'm trying to tell you, some of the like sequels and like trilogies, they end up having higher budgets in the end. But like, look at the very first one. Look at their budgets. They don't expect these movies to do shit, bro. Y'all not hearing me though. I bet the budget for Barbie was high. I bet you that. I bet you that. But anyway, I'm gonna finish my thoink and watch the videos and work out a little bit more. And yeah, I love y'all. Peace, love, and hair grease.